And we are live. What is going on, full-time family? It is time to watch UFC 234. This is going to be the live companion and fight reaction. We started a couple fights into it because this is a pretty lackluster card. I definitely didn't want to be live streaming for about 5 hours, with this particular card because I had some other things that I was doing earlier. So we're here, though, for the rest of the fights. Fight that just took place was Montana De La Rosa versus Nadia Kassem. Montana De La Rosa was able to use her grappling, as we predicted on our breakdown, to win this fight over the talented striker Nadia Kassem. She was able to get her down using her wrestling and submit her ultimately with her jiu-jitsu. And now it's time for the rest of the fights. I think we got 3 more fights or 4 more fights on the night. We got 3 because Jim Crute knocked out Sam Alvey. So we got Ronnie Yaya versus Ricky Simone. We got Lando Venata versus Marcos Mariano. Co-main event. And then, of course, the main event, the people's main event. I think originally this might have been the people's main event just because of Anderson Silva and, of course, Israel Adesanya. But mainly Anderson Silva, one of the greatest fighters of all time. Probably one of the most popular fighters of all time. A lot of people's, in my opinion, I think he's the Michael Jordan of MMA. We can have that debate, but I really think he is. It's out of him and John Jones, but we'll go with Anderson Silva in his time. He was fucking everybody up, and now he's kind of like the Michael Jordan of the Wizards. So I like the comparison. So let's pull up the chat, give some shout outs to the family. We got commercial break, and we'll probably have some extended break since we had 2 early finishes. We'll probably either have an extended break or have a replay of an earlier fight. Pull up the chat. We got my boy Give It Sure They in the building. Bubba G. Thomas Blackburn says, so Israel was afraid to fight Kelvin? I don't think that was the case. It was probably a manager's decision on Kelvin Gastelum's part. If you're Kelvin Gastelum, you already got the title shot, and you weren't preparing for this guy. One of the problems is how short notice it was. I think maybe if there were 2 days notice, 3 days notice, then that's what would have happened. And I don't know which fighter. Maybe Israel was down and Kelvin's team wasn't. Maybe Kelvin was down and Israel's team wasn't. Maybe Israel Adesanya only trained for 3 rounds and not 5 rounds. There's a lot of reasons that Israel Adesanya might not have been able to step up into fight Kelvin Gastelum for an interim title, but that would have been awesome. That fight, I think, it would have made perfect sense. I mean, and I was listening to Chael Sonnen and Ariel Helwani and Gilbert Melendez talk about this, and they said the reason there wasn't a backup plan for this fight is because Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva was the backup plan for this fight. And if this fight would have been canceled on not 12-hour notice, then Adesanya probably would have stepped in. But since it was such short notice, that's why it's like, oh shit, we can't switch everything on 12 hours notice. I mean, even if they put Adesanya versus Gastelum, people are probably still going to be looking for refunds. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably still, the event's pretty much salvaged regardless, I think, in my opinion. Because people are like, what? Different fight? 12-hour notice? Some people are going to get their refunds just because they can and still watch the card. So, I mean, maybe it was Kelvin Gastelum's team. He does have a great manager who would probably advise him not to take a fight on such short notice with someone as dangerous as Adesanya, when you're preparing for the fight of your life. So, a lot of reasons that it didn't go down, but we still get to see Silva tonight, even though I would have liked that fight. I think it would have been maybe a little more competitive. I mean, I'm got my fingers crossed that Anderson Silva can pull off the upset, but boy, it's going to be tough. I'm a fan of Adesanya too. It would be crazy if Silva what if he won this fight? And the thing is now, the winner of this fight was going to get a title shot. If Anderson Silva beat Israel Adesanya, he was going to be fighting for the title, even though as unlikely as you would think, like, what, Anderson Silva's getting a title shot this late? Like, yeah, for sure, because there's really nobody in line that's the #1 contender right now, aside from Kelvin Gastelum. So if Whittaker or Gastelum lose, then the winner of this fight could very well fight for the title next. But now, the winner of this fight, they can't skip Gastelum. So now this isn't really even a title eliminator. as much so, unless maybe an interim title fight gets booked out of this. If Adesanya wins this, you could see Adesanya versus Gastelum for an interim title in May. I believe that's been talked about. So, if Adesanya can still win this, he could still be getting a title shot out of it. It would be an interim title, but hey, still gold. So, yeah, interesting things would happen to this pay-per-view for sure. I think Kelvin would have knocked him silly, says Given Sure Name. That fight would have been dope. Gastelum versus Adesanya, I don't know how the fuck Gastelum versus Adesanya would go. That'd be interesting. Because I think Adesanya might be a more technical and dangerous striker than a Robert Whittaker. So unless Kelvin Gastelum, which I don't even know of his wrestling, I know he's got great wrestling, especially defensive wrestling, but he wouldn't be the one to hold Adesanya down. So I don't know how Kelvin Gastelum would fare on the feet with an Adesanya. So that'd be a really good fight. Given Sure Name said, Israel is also the type of fighter who trains specific for his opponent, so probably wants a full camp for it. Yeah, both fighters. Wolves full time, I thought he was set for 10 o'clock, says Thomas Blackburn. We were set for 9 earlier, and then once everything changed, I was like, what the fuck is this pay-per-view? And I almost low-key was like, I'm not dying to watch Lando Venata versus, I don't even know the guy's name in the co-main event. But then I was like, you know what? We're about to just go live and watch these fights since I'm going to be watching them. You know, I got them on in the background watching them anyways. I just wasn't live. But I was like, all right, it's about time to go live. I'm not doing shit else anyway. I might as well be live with the full-time family. Given Your Name says, Albie can always come through with the KO. I think I scrolled up a little bit. Yeah. I'm still a smiling Sam hater. He can fuck off, says Stamina MC. Pano is not too fond of smiling Sam MC. I know that was way earlier. Jalen Turner knockout was sick. How did my boy do? I didn't catch his result. Devontae Smith, that's my dude. Looks like he got the win. How, in what fashion? Why can't I click on this UFC? Alright. UFC don't want to let me click on any of these fights. Okay, I can click on this one. There we go. Now we're moving and shaking. Why can't I click on Devontae Smith versus Dong Hyun Ma? You are super annoying, but facts are facts. You know your shit, bro. Keep it up, says Micah Cross. Hey, I appreciate that, Micah Cross. Yoza L says, I'll take that. Yoza L says, shit was all good an hour ago. I parlayed Rosa and Silva $5. Could get me 105. Good shit, bro. Match 2 in the woods, says Yoza L. Hey. Welcome full-time MMA. I almost started to call you a casual. Oh, snaps. Yo, this card almost made me feel like a casual because I was like, what the fuck is this? This is a pay-per-view? I'm telling you, there have been a lot of free Bellator cards that I would watch over this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a Bellator at like noon today. I didn't even realize it. Like I knew about it, but it wasn't an overwhelming card. So I was like, damn, I'm not gonna watch 2 full fight cards today. And this was before the Whittaker Gastelum news broke. So I was like, I'm gonna watch a full fight card tonight. But shoot, I mean, I might have had to pick which one if I would have known this news a little earlier. Jonathan Reyes in the building. Chat, can I get a link? And it's Tony time. Alan Clark in the building. Mr. Deftones says, love Lando, but there's nothing exciting about this. And Anderson Silva fight's going to be 3 rounds. What the fuck? See, Mr. Deftones, like, yeah, I don't feel like a casual for not being excited about this card. I really don't. Like, like homie said, I'm annoying, but I know my shit. Like, I'm pretty hardcore fan, and this just wasn't, doing too much for me. Because this fight right here, and even the style matchups, like, yeah, Jim Crute versus Sam Alvey. I thought Sam Alvey could win a decision or he was going to get knocked out. Lando Venata can always make for an entertaining fight. So, I mean, as far as the fight goes, Lando Venata can definitely bring it. I got no clue who he's going to be fighting. So, maybe we'll get to see a knockout there. But this fight that we just watched, Montana De La Rosa versus Nadia Kasim, Montana De La Rosa, I predicted, would have a good fight with her grappling, be able to use her wrestling and her jiu-jitsu in that fight, which she was able to. In this fight here, Rani Yaya's got great jiu-jitsu, but Ricky Simone's probably going to be looking to take this fight down. Going to be looking to grind this fight out. Rani Yaya, if he can't find the submission, Ricky Simone could, I think, win this fight via decision with his wrestling. And that's not like something to get super excited for. John Doe says, I really hope they don't strip Whittaker. Yeah, I don't think they should, because he just fought Yoel. Now, if he didn't have that fight with Yoel in between his last injury, he would for sure be stripped. But let me check the date on his last fight with Yoel. It was at UFC 213, but no, it wasn't 213. Was it 220? Let's see. 213 was their first fight. Whittaker versus, or 225 it was. Romero 2. It was June 9th. Oh, was that Whittaker's last fight? He might be getting stripped, depending on how bad this injury is, if that was his last fight. I'm looking for Whittaker versus Romero 2. Alright. It was at UFC 225. So let me just pull up Robert Whittaker. UFC. Robert Whittaker. UFC.com. Fight starting. Okay, we'll get to the fight. I have a little bit of a lag time, so mine's not going to start as soon as yours does. As soon as I find out the date on Robert Whittaker's last fight, we'll get to this. But for some reason, it's not going. All right. Find it here. 4 to 8 weeks for hernia repair is plenty of time. Okay, yeah, if it's just 4 to 8 weeks, he should, but he'll have to come back soon after that. All right, so his last fight was in June, so in about 4 months, that'll be a year. So as long as he's back within the next month or two, within the next 4 months, actually, I don't think he'll be stripped. As long as he can fight within the next 4 months, he should be cleared of getting stripped. But if he's only out 4 to 6 weeks, I think he'll be good. So let's get ready to watch this fight coming up. We got Rani Yaya taking on Ricky Simone. Ricky Simone 10-1. Let me go to Tapology, man. UFC's little main page be having these off. I thought he was like 13-0, Ricky Simone. Let's check him out. All right, they canceled that, so we'll look up Ricky Simone. He's going to be taking on Rani Yaya. All right, the fight's on. First round going. I'll get the clock going now. Rani Yaya changing levels, falls to his back there. Ricky Simone trying to come in with the uppercut, gets clipped with a big right hook, though. Left straight right hook combination from Rani Yaya. Another right hook lands there from Rani Yaya, coming forward in the center of the octagon. Ricky Simone circling on the outside of the center of the octagon. Inside leg kick. Nice striking being getting put together here from Rani Yaya. Just misses an outside leg kick there. Yeah, Ricky Simone's 14-1, not 10-1. I was like, I remember him having 13 or 14 wins. Okay. But yeah, he's a good wrestler here. He's got the Joe Dirt mullet. Lands a big left uppercut there. Ricky Simone does. Rani Yaya dropped for a second. Nice jab, though. He's recovered. Nice jab from Rani Yaya. Ricky Simone now in the center of the octagon. Ricky Simone showing, I mean, we already know about his good wrestling. He's landing some nice hooks here, too. Nice jab. He's throwing with some power. It's always good to see, especially if you already have a good wrestling base. Nice body kick from Rani Yaya. Comes forward, lands a right hand. Oh, Ricky Simone lands a big right hand, and now Rani Yaya is hurt. Oh, he was going to finish him up with some ground and pound, but Rani Yaya pulled him down to recover. Now the ref stands the fight up. They're back on their feet. Rani Yaya looks like he's still a little hurt. He just threw a huge right hook and lost his balance. It was so wild. Ricky Simone, he's still smelling blood. Ronnie Yaya looks like he's still rocked on his feet a little bit, man. He's had time to recover. He's still a little rocked. He just tried to throw a kick there. He's throwing some wild stuff. Oh, spinning elbow almost lands there from Ronnie Yaya. Ricky Simone, a little aggressive. Ronnie Yaya's back against the fence, falls down. Ricky Simone lets him back up. Nice body shot from Simone. Left hook and then a right hook to the body. Ooh, nice right hand from Yaya. He's starting to recover. Looks like he's recovered a little bit here. Ronnie Yaya still a little hurt though. Oh, he's diving. He's going crazy. He keeps ending up on the floor. Ronnie Yaya just dove in for a single. Didn't look really close. Ended up on the floor again. Referee lets him stand up clear. Ricky Simone still kind of stalking Ronnie Yaya. Ronnie Yaya throws a right hook. Looks like it missed, but the left jab connects. Ooh, uppercut there. Left hook from Ricky Simone lands an uppercut. Ronnie Yaya lands a left hook. Ronnie Yaya looked for a takedown. Ricky Simone stuffed it. I don't know if Ronnie Yaya is going to be able to take Ricky Simone down. He's a really good wrestler, so once the fight gets to the ground, Ronnie Yaya, it would be a good place to be for him and his great grappling and his jiu-jitsu skills. But it's going to be hard to take a wrestler down, you know? So now they're still on their feet. Nice little front kick to the body from Ronnie Yaya. 51 seconds left in the round. Ronnie Yaya reaches for a single. It's not close. Ricky Simone's out of the way. Ooh, nice kick to the body from Ronnie Yaya. He is keeping him honest with those. Ooh, good little timing on a double leg from Ricky Simone. Ronnie Yaya tried to swing with a big hook. Ricky Simone ducked under it and grabbed his feet and threw him to his back. He didn't stay on top of him, but he did throw him to his back. Now he's kicking him while he's on the floor. Ricky Simone looking like he's going to let him stand up, back to his feet. 15 seconds to go in round one. Ricky Simone trying to come forward and land a high kick. Looks like it hit. Didn't rock Ronnie Yaya. Ronnie Yaya lands an inside leg kick to end the round. And the round is over. Good round. That was a really good round to this fight. A nice little stand-up battle between two guys who are actually premier grapplers. So that was a pretty good round. That's what I was talking about in the beginning when I said, yeah, like, it's an MMA card. It's going to be a night of good fights. Like, and unless you have a promotion that is like 90% wrestlers, you're going to have some good fights in here, man. And if it's MMA, not just green like wrestlers who are just turning, like back in the day whenever people used to say MMA was just for wrestlers and boring and whatever the fuck they used to say, I think that was when wrestlers were really taking over and wrestling was becoming the dominant discipline. But as fighters continue to mix their arts, and even the wrestlers are getting way better at striking, as Ricky Simone is showing right here, it's going to be really hard to put together a card that is not entertaining and honestly worth the money. If you've got the money, it's worth it for a lot of these UFC cards just because there's so many different things that happen and different results and different styles. You know, compared to boxing where, yeah, you're going to get some good fights at the top of the card and round two is starting, but you're going to get some good fights at the top of the card, you know, like your Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. But by then you already boxed out. You already seen fucking 5 boxing matches and it's the same thing. In MMA, you can have one fight, it's a grappling match. One fight's a stand-up. One fight's a knockout. So many different results. Like, this fight is better than expected already. These guys are standing up in this second round, already swinging. Nice body kicks from Ronnie Yaya here. So much different things you can attack with and different weapons. And just a way more entertaining sport, man. Outside leg kick from Ricky Simone while Ronnie Yaya's on his back. He's been in this position a lot, you know, up kick position where you're just on your back looking for the kick, but, you know, your opponent's being careful because they don't want to get up kicked, so he's just kicking his legs. Now Ronnie Yaya gets back to his feet. I would imagine. I mean, they're not all like scored takedowns, but that can't be good on the judge's eyes when you're on your back a lot of the time, like waiting for shit. When you're there 12 times in a fight and nothing happens, I don't think that's good for the judge. You know, on the judge's scorecards. Ronnie Yaya back to his feet though, trying to press forward with a jab, misses, but it does look like he has opened up a cut on Ricky Simone's right eye, under his right eye. And he lands a nice little stiff, straight left hand there, Ronnie Yaya does. Ricky Simone coming forward, lands a body kick. Oh, but Ronnie Yaya connects with the body kick of his own. Ronnie Yaya looking to throw a combination with his hands there and then dive in on a single, but Ricky Simone is out of there. I'll be surprised if Ronnie Yaya lands one of those singles against Ricky Simone. I mean, you know, you got to keep reaching to keep him honest, but it's going to be hard to take this guy down. But maybe it'll make him drop his hands a little bit. If he knows you're willing to shoot for that takedown, make him drop his hands, make him open up that head potentially for a big shot. Ronnie Yaya controlling the center of the octagon. He's looking like he's definitely shaking off any cobwebs that he might have had in the first round. He's feeling comfortable in the center of the octagon. He's starting to really want to throw hands, putting some power behind his shots. Ricky Simone able to duck under there and put him on his butt, but he's right back up. Ricky Simone on the inside of the octagon. Oh, they just trade right hands there. Both fighters. Ricky Simone on the inside here. Ronnie Yaya circling. Oh, lands a big left hand that rocked Ricky Simone. Ronnie Yaya just rocked Ricky Simone there. Yikes, he's circling on the outside trying to recover. He's still showing good footwork here, but he's got to be careful because Ronnie Yaya smells blood, and he's coming forward. He wants to land another one. He lands a left hook there. He's coming forward. Oh, but Ricky Simone's trying to land a big shot. He might have landed a right hand himself there. That's what happens when you get a little too aggressive. When you smell blood, you can eat a big shot. Oh, and that was like a shoulder. Ronnie Yaya pressing forward and almost like ran into Ricky Simone's shoulder, and it looked like it dropped him, like a shoulder shot, almost like looked like it rocked Ronnie Yaya low-key. I gotta see a replay of that. Yeah, Dominic Cruz is talking about it. He said what just dropped Ronnie Yaya was basically like a bump with the shoulder. That is what I saw. I was like, is that what I just seen? A shoulder? And he just got dropped with the shoulder, dog. But he's back to his feet now. Both of these guys look like they've recovered if they were rocked at all. Ricky Simone tries to uncork a big left hand there. Looks like it's blocked, though. Tries to come in with a body shot. Ronnie Yaya almost connects over the top with the left hand, though. Oh, man, these guys are trying to duck under and land a big shot. They're trying to duck under and both of them want to land that overhand right, bro. They're both ducking under and trying to fucking cream shit in here. 23 seconds left in the second round. Ronnie Yaya's on his back. Ricky Simone obliges this time. Gets on his knees. That might have been illegal. Ricky Simone is on his knees. Ricky and Ronnie Yaya threw an up kick, and it hit Ricky Simone in the face. I don't think you can up kick your opponent if they're on their knees. The ref didn't, call anything, warn him, so the round is over now. Ricky Simone, though, finished the round in top position there. So I think round one, Ricky Simone. Round two is close. Maybe Ricky Simone. Man, the uppercut versus the right hand, that was epic. They both traded right hands. One was the right uppercut. One was a right hand at the same time. Then there was the shoulder knockdown. What a fucking second round. What a second round. This is a really good fight. Going into the third round. What you guys think about this fight, full-time family? Another great round. That crash was clutch for Simone. He was rocked. Yo, that crash literally rocked him. And that was the perfect word. It was clutch because it was at a time where he was the one trying to recover and trying to, Ronnie Yaya was trying to be on the attack. And that fucking shoulder just equalized the round for a second and put Ricky Simone where he needed to be to really finish that round strong. It was a hell of a round. Best fight of the night so far, says Thomas Blackburn. Oh, yeah, this is a great fight right here. These guys are gonna fuck around and win 50K, you know, just because the card wasn't stacked. Could you imagine trying to win 50K on a card where you got Woodley versus Usman and Jones versus, you know, it'd be a little easier to win it tonight. So Ricky Simone probably didn't get into this for Fight of the Night bonuses. Oh shit, Ronnie Yaya's trying to pull for an armbar here. Ricky Simone gets out of it though. These guys did not, you know what I'm saying? Like, coming into this card, they probably were not like, okay, we're going for Fight of the Night. But God, they're close already. Ricky Simone has shown great defensive grappling. He's dodged all these single leg takedowns. He's been getting out of these positions. He's not making dumb decisions and deciding to stay on the floor with Ricky Simone in the grappling department. Take you down, leave you there. You want to stand back up, and he's showing great striking to go with his wrestling base. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Ricky Simone here. Blocks a high kick from Ronnie Yaya. Right hand looks like it grazes over the top for Ronnie Yaya. Looks like it lands a little bit, grazes over the top of the back of Ricky Simone's head. Inside leg kick and then a right hand from Ricky Simone. That's a nice combination. It's a really nice combination. You land the inside leg kick, take him off balance, land a right hand. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Ricky Simone, man. And I'm telling you, he already knows how to work the microphone. He'll call a guy out. He comes from that Chael Sonnen motherfucking Henry Cejudo club of wrestlers that also will entertain you at the same time on the microphone, call their shot. He's a guy that really does. I mean, if he can put it together like he's showing he is in this fight, he's got a real potential, real future in this sport. But yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Ricky Simone in this fight here. Great performance. Ronnie Yaya in that up kick position again. There they go to get up, and Ronnie Yaya looks like he got hit with a little bit of a left hand on the way up. Now there's a cut on the top of his head. He's bleeding down a little bit, like on his hairline. Ricky Simone still pressing forward, circling to get back to the center of the octagon. Nice jab. Ooh, knee from Ronnie Yaya there. A nice right hand though from Ricky Simone. A headbutt is what caused the cut on Ronnie Yaya. Clash of heads. Ronnie Yaya tries to shoot for a takedown, allows Ricky Simone to grab almost a guillotine attempt here as he sprawls. Now he lets go of it. Great defensive grappling from Ricky Simone. I mean, like I said, Ronnie Yaya could just be reaching for takedowns because you have to keep your opponent honest, but you're not going to get it. Tries to throw a high kick and eats a right hand there. Now he's in a defensive shell against the fence, trying to circle out. Another nice right hand lands from Ricky Simone. Crisp right hand. Nice left jab there. Ricky Simone putting it all together really well in this fight. Shot to the body, shot over the top. Nice left hand to the body. Little left jab. Big right hand Ronnie Yaya tried to uncork. I heard that one. Didn't really rock with Ricky Simone, but Ronnie Yaya still trying to finish the fight though. Minute and 25 seconds to try and finish this thing. I think Ronnie Yaya does need to finish at this point. I do personally. It's been a close fight. I mean, if the judges gave the fight to Ronnie Yaya, I wouldn't be like, oh, robbery, because it's a really good fight. But I got it for Ricky Simone right now. Nice little exchange there, standing up as Ricky Simone ducks under for the takedown. Gets Ronnie Yaya down again, but he's watching out for that up kick. Trying to land some ground and pound there from his knees. Locking up with Ronnie Yaya. He's willing to lock up with Ronnie Yaya here. Hold top position. Not too scared of the jiu-jitsu at this point. 37 seconds left. Going to try and win the fight. I think finish the fight out in top position. That's a good decision. I mean, that's smart. There's 30 seconds left. Try and finish the fight in top position. That's a good way to end a round in top position. Landing some little shots over the top. Yeah, I think Ricky Simone's going to get this decision. He's riding out this position. About 10 seconds left in the round. Fight clock is officially off the screen. Ricky Simone trying to land shots over the top, screaming, "Let's go!" 5 seconds left. He ain't fucking around. I think Ricky Simone got the W. That fight, very entertaining fight. And I was that fight was 51-49 for me on my prediction. I said if Ronnie Yaya can't find the submission, I think Ricky Simone will probably win this via decision. And Ricky Simone fought very smart, didn't give Ronnie Yaya much chances to find the submission, didn't choose to engage with him on the ground, show some nice striking there, put it all together, mixed the martial arts, and looks like, I think, got a nice decision win there. We will see on the judges' scorecards, of course. Mullet got that work, says Yosa L. Simone Mullet. David C says, "Some full-time fam just tuned in. I missed the Sam Alvey fight." It's all good, man. Sam Alvey went down, but Jim the Brute Crute looked like a beast in there. Man, I love MMA. Shame they got to play with our emotion like college girls. I damn near wept reading the Whittaker news. I know, playing with my emotions, right? Thomas Blackburn, entertaining fight. Respect the mullet. Respect to the motherfucking mullet. Cadbury Harbor says, 40 people watching, 17 likes. Keep this service liked. Smash the button like your middle name is Khabib. If you haven't yet, full-time family, make sure you smash the like button. It would be much appreciated. John Doe says, okay, that's worse than just a hernia. That was some shoulder. Howdy, J. Dot. Do our boy full-time a favor. Press that like button, peeps. Leon Dubson, appreciate it. Sam got robbed, though, says Jay Skills. KO. Do you think it was early stoppage? You say he got robbed? Man, Simone is the truth, says Quincy Pinola. Yeah, he looked great in that fight against a really talented fighter, actually. Ronnie Yaya has a lot of experience, a lot of UFC experience, so that was a really impressive win for Ricky Simone. MMA gods are cruel and cold bitches, says Given Sure Name. Man, they were not fucking with UFC 234. But, I mean, to be fair, it's not like UFC 234 was one we were just salivating over and, you know, like 3 fights got called off because of some fucking bus rage, right? Like, we lost one fight. Like, we lost a really good fight, but we only lost one fight. It just already was a lackluster card, so we lost. That's really the reason we were all here, that fight. So it feels like the whole card was fucked over, but that was just one fight. Life Alexi says, damn, bro, I missed this channel. I've been busy lately, but I'm back. Thanks for all the updates. Yo, salute to Life Alexi. Hitting people in the nuts, says Yosa L. Jay Skills says, Sam was still defending and they stopped the fight. Oh, they got the early stoppage in there? You feel like it was an early stoppage? You were still defending? Yeah, man, some baby back bagel biting bullshit. Yosa L says the mullet talked, then him. We got 2 more fights coming up. You guys ready for the co-main event? Shout out to Marcos Mariano for the opportunity of a lifetime. Co-main event to Anderson Silva on a UFC pay-per-view, and he's never had. I'm about 95% sure this is this guy's UFC debut because I keep up with this shit and I've never heard of him. Let's check him out on Tapology. Salute to Marcus Mariano for the come-up. You gotta respect the come-up. What is his name? Marcos or Marcus Mariano? Marcos Mariano. Fucking, what a beast. What a legend. Marcos Mariano. This will be a co-main event we never forget. Yo, Dallism. What's going on, Marcus Mariano? We got 3 Anderson Silvas on the card. Holy shit. Yeah. I was right. This is his UFC debut, and he will be debuting in the co-main event of UFC 234. Get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. I mean, 6-4. This guy is challenging Artem for GOAT status right now. That's where we're at. Like, I would love to see this guy versus Artem at this point in, like, some Super Saiyan God battle. Like, GOAT versus GOAT. Open weight, dude, 10 rounds. Like, fuck, I'm impressed. Lando had Tony on Queer Street, too, says John Doe. Oh, yeah, he did. What a fight that was. Lando will do a backflip kick or something. Oh, yeah, Lando's going to come. And see, Lando's got to be careful. He can't. You know, we're expecting some crazy shit from Lando. Like, that's dangerous. Coming out here trying to put on a show and entertain. And then, okay, don't get caught, though. Because we've seen Lando rocked, too. So Lando can't just come out here trying to land some Showtime Pettis kick off the fence, kick this motherfucker back into... Where was he fighting? The AFT. Have any of you guys ever heard of the AFT? 100%. Like, I don't even know why this guy was on call. I don't even know where he came from. Oh, he was already booked in the fight. He didn't get this fight on short notice, I don't think. I'm like, they're in Australia. You know, usually they give the fight to a local. Like, they called up the homie came from Brazil. What? I get to... No, this is wild. Homeboy is 6-4, making his UFC debut in the co-main event of a pay-per-view. Like, there are fighters that have never been in this position that probably have 30 pro fights. They've probably never been on a pay-per-view. So salute to Marcos Rosa for the opportunity of a lifetime. What if he comes out here and steals the show? Like, knocks out Lando? Talk about stock. GSP, where you at? J Skill says March 2nd, killer card, UFC 235. Silva is going to KO sub Adesanya in the second. Yo, I almost got butterflies just thinking about Silva beating Adesanya. Like, what? What? We get to see some Silva fucking time, man. Stamina MC. ESPN got jokes, he says. Let's see what ESPN's talking about on Twitter. Soon, UFC 234. That is pretty funny. ESPN got big jokes. David C says, so Whittaker getting stripped if he doesn't have a quick turnaround? He's on the clock. It doesn't have to be like lightning quick, but he's got about 2 months to get healthy and start his fight camp. Because his last fight, yeah, it was a non-title fight, but that's not held against him. It's because Romero missed weight, not him. But his last fight was June of last year. That was 8 months ago. So in 4 months, that'll be a full year. So in 4 months, Whittaker will have not fought in a full year. And with his already history of injuries, for sure they'll be stripping him if he's not back sometime, you know, within that time frame. I think they will strip you if you haven't been active in a year unless you're selling millions of pay-per-views. Only way you're getting away with being inactive is if you're selling, if you're paying what you weigh. If it benefits the UFC to have the title on you, you might get a year and a half. Conor, what's up? But Whittaker ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't selling the millions of pay-per-views. 60 viewers, you need 5 moderators, says Flying Goose. I'm surprised there's only 5 moderators in here. Blue Corner Gang's usually rolling a little deeper. They're probably getting fucked up watching the fights, or you probably see about 10 moderators in here. Dan the Room getting shoulder room only, says Yosa L. Best card ever, says Coco. It's up there. It's up there. Ronnie Yaya and Ricky Simone really came through and well, both of them. No, both of them. It was a really good fight from both of them, but great performance from Ricky Simone. That really helped get us in the mood for this co-main event for sure. Mr. Deftone says, the beat's too clean of a striker. He's going to sub. Oh, my God. UFC 235 is fucking lit. Jeremy Stevens versus fucking Zabit. What? All 5, see, that it's light years of a difference in card quality, in my opinion, between what we're watching tonight and what we'll be seeing at UFC 235 is light years of difference of card quality. I'll take probably 5 out of the last 10 Bellators I could point out and say those are better than this. Because, like, what are we watching, honestly? 100%. If you think about a Bellator card, what do they usually have? Like, UFC legends, former MMA legends, taking on a Bellator guy or somebody that's relatively, on the come up. We're literally watching that. This is a Bellator card with UFC, If Anderson Silva was a free agent, he'd probably be fighting for Bellator. Because that, they got the legends. They signed the legends. So he could very well be headlining a Bellator card and nobody would, it would just fit. So, like, we're all together gathered tonight for a really nice Bellator card. And if you enjoy this card, which it seems like we are, especially with the last 2 fights have been good, Leonard of Natter might put on a show, and then, of course, we got the legend coming up. Then make sure you check out Bellator because they've got a lot of actually good prospects, contenders, legends like we're watching tonight. Stamina MC says, fuck all that. Now, not all of their cards are going to be stacked. But they got some really good ones. Stamina MC says, fuck all that strip talk. It's never actually happened for inactivity despite everyone's protestation. Has it never? Ain't that why they stripped Conor? Am I tripping? Inactivity for his featherweight title, right? I mean, unless they dressed it up with some other excuse, but it's okay, he's fighting at lightweight. We got to give up the featherweight belt. Can't tie up the division any longer. I thought that was a timing thing. Bye throws good vibes on leaving person. I don't give a damn if you're in here or if you're out of here. If you're in here, we're going to have some fun. And if you're out of here, we'll motherfucking see you when we see you. Yoza L says, y'all fighting set up. We want to watch. Silva wins by KO. I wanted Adesanya. What the fuck? Dude, don't come in here and spoil shit, bro. I know you're lying. You're going to make me get the fuck off the chat, bro. Because they're still walking out. Oh, well. I'm watching Lando versus Marcos, man. You almost... I was like, what? What? What are you talking about? Damn, dog. Don't scare me like that. That was some scary shit right there, man. Someone says, I watched it already in Australia. Is this shit on tape delay? No, it's not. This is not on tape delay. If this was on tape delay, bro. Because Australia, I was already wondering, how is this happening? Because right now in Australia, it's like some crazy odd hours. Like, their time is not our time. Like, there's a big time difference. So for this card to be happening at the same time for us, I was thinking, like, is this shit happening in Australia, like, at 4 in the morning? Are people at the stadium watching these fights at 5 in the morning? Bro, if you just came in and spoiled the fucking fight, I'm still kind of happy. Because you just said Anderson Silva knocks him out. We're still about to watch that shit live. But I don't all the way believe you. But, dog, Anderson, what? What? Bro, I can't wait to see what happens in the main event. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I don't think the fight's already happened. And if it has, stop talking about it in the damn chat. Let me pretend like I'm watching this not on tape delay if that's what is the case. And now, you just set up for the ultimate letdown if Anderson Silva just gets walked through. Like, I got my hopes up. I'm like, what? So you're saying we got a chance? And now if he just gets walked through, I'm just going to fucking be crushed. Like, oh, no. It's going to deflate me like Tom Brady's fucking footballs. No, I'm just kidding. All right, the Bruce Buffer's announcing the fight. We got, bro, this nigga looks like Anderson fucking Silva. Marcos Mariano. Like, they should do this with a third guy. Like, look, if you're watching these fights, look at Marcos Mariano and tell me he wouldn't pass for like an Anderson Silva body double. Like, if they were shooting a movie, which Anderson Silva has been in movies, this guy was probably his stunt double. Got into fighting, 6-4 record, you know, because he started off as a stunt double. But I would not be surprised if this guy was like Anderson Silva's stunt double in some movie and just was like, "Yo, you think I could do it?" And just like now he's fighting co-main event. Like all he ever dreamed. Okay, here we go. Fight's about to be starting soon, guys. And I seen someone said that they just found the channel and they enjoy it. Yo, I'm glad you enjoy it. If you do enjoy the channel, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new, man, because we have fun shows like this all the time. So we're going to be getting back to it. I've just, over the last couple of weeks, been taking a little bit of a break from YouTube with all the new algorithms and shit. But I'm going to be back to the grind heavy real soon. So with that being said, let's get back to these fights. They are starting. Boom. Marcos Mariano in UFC 234's main event. We got a good one here. Lando Venata, center of the octagon, training out of Jackson Wink. Even though I know they're a great fight team, that always kind of scares me. I don't know why. He's groovy, Lando Venata, but his fighting style kind of scares me because he's so flashy, man. He puts on a show, but I just feel like that makes him kind of at risk, you know, and it's like live by the sword, die by the sword, I feel like, for Lando Venata. So watching his fights, it's always like man, he might fuck somebody up here in spectacular fashion, but he also might get fucked up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is going to be a really good fight. Lando Venata on the inside of the octagon lands an inside leg kick, but Marcos Mariano returns one. Tries to slap up a high body kick there, maybe a head kick a little low, but it lands with Lando Venata's shoulder. Lando Venata clinches up and for a little suplex-like takedown, a little body slam there. Gets Marcos Mariano on his back. Get to see Lando Venata, a little bit of his grappling, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. We usually don't see that from Lando. More of a flashy striker. But Jackson Wink does have some really good fighters to work with, you know. I mean, I wouldn't say they're up there with like American top team and AKA, but they're definitely like up there, like, you know, next level under. So Lando's definitely a great fighter still. Marcos Mariano working off of his back. Lando Venata trying to control posture right now. He's in side control. Half guard trying to transition to side control. He's trying to posture up in side control. Now, we've seen a lot of people start to posture up in side control instead of pass and try and land ground and pound from side control. I think that's innovative in the sport. A lot of people try to pass. Oh, shoot, Marcos Mariano trying to lock up an arm from the bottom. Lando Venata, it doesn't work there, but he does get back to full guard. Marcos Mariano working off of his back in full guard now. He's just like a little bit of a darker Anderson Silva. Like, if he gets I would not be surprised if he pulls up a triangle choke with like 3 minutes and 49 seconds or 4 minutes and 49 seconds left on the clock, like Anderson Silva versus Chael. I feel like I'm watching Anderson Silva work off his back in the co-main event. Like, just super similar. Lando Venata on top, though, lands a nice shot, raining down. He has been in top position, is controlling this fight from top position throughout the entirety of this fight, pretty much. But what I was saying earlier is, I think, and I don't know if it's great for the sport, but I do think if you want to dominate, there is something to like staying in half guard and landing ground and pound instead of working to pass. Because you see, a lot of times when people work to pass, they lose position. It allows their opponent to scramble. And if you just are comfortable in that half guard and just like Khabib style smashing motherfuckers from half guard, I think that's pretty fucking smart. And it can just win you around. Just fucking maul a dude, too. Make him use his energy. So, see if we see more fighters doing that. Lando Venata, though, still controlling this. He stands up, postures up a little bit in top position. Maybe trying to get a little more power behind his shots. Still in Marcos Mariano's guard. Beating him up. Ooh, elbow over the top from Lando Venata makes Marcos Mariano say, ooh, I don't know if I should be in here. He didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, oh, shit. It shook him up. Like, what the fuck? That was a real shot there. Like, that was a real elbow from Lando over the top. It might have rocked Marcos just a little. I mean, but a couple of those will finish a fight. Another elbow from Lando over the top. Marcos is starting to curl up, I feel like, a little bit. Like, I don't think he wants much more of this. I don't know if he's going to be able to get off of his back. Elbow over the top from Lando again. Like, he's starting to do some damage with these elbows and these shots. He's going to have to watch for the arm bars and triangles from Anderson Jr. and shit. I don't know if this dude even has the skill, like, to fucking pull it off. I don't know, because I don't know anything about him. Like, he can throw his legs over Lando's neck, but, oh, he got the tap. Lando got the tap. Okay, Lando Vannata finishes it with a Kimura there from top position. Yeah, just the skill gap here. I'm gonna have to pull up the odds on that fight because I didn't even look at the odds for that fight. But I would imagine Lando's a huge favorite. Like minus 450, okay. Maybe you could have argued, of course, hindsight's 2020. Maybe you could have argued it should have been higher, but this guy fought like a 6-4 fighter making his UFC debut. Like his armbar, like his triangles and arm bars, like he threw his legs up there, but it's like raggy, like Shraggy, like he didn't have like that crisp skill. He didn't have the skill to like lock the arm up. So he would like throw his arms up, and then Lando would just like pull his arm out. Like I know this guy would kick my ass, but Lando Vannata, man, Lando Vannata just made it look like a skill gap. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that was the co-main event. Great performance from Lando Vannata. Great spotlight for Lando Vannata. Co-main event to Anderson Silva. Israel Adesanya. Great performance from Lando Vannata there. We got one more fight coming up, and you guys know what it is. I need to know who you guys got for the main event. Anderson Silva versus Israel Adesanya in the chat. Let me know who you got. I haven't even been reading the chat since that one dude fake spoiled it. You can't just put everyone in the UFC, says Kurt Flirt. 100%. 6-4. The record is already like, you know, like they usually don't even have fighters in the UFC with those records. You know, unless you're like somebody's a GOAT or someone's best friend or something like that. Like shoot. Not many people, or some chick, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been a couple female fighters that have got to have about 500 records. But yeah, I don't even know how homie got in the UFC. Let alone in the co-main event of a pay-per-view. Given your names as Adesanya. Cadbury Adesanya. After that elbow, Silva looking dude don't want any more smoke. No, he don't. He don't want any more smoke. After that first elbow. And that first elbow, I thought I saw that too. Like, after that first elbow, he was like after he was defending, and then he thought about it. It wasn't like he immediately put his hands up. He got elbowed, and he was still defending, and then he was like, oh, that shit hurt. Like, that shit hurt. Like, he didn't really want much more after that elbow, I felt like. And he lasted a little bit longer after that first elbow, but I mean, I think it's probably a position where you're like, damn, I can't get off of my back, and this shit hurts. Like, I'm pretty much done. I cry before I go to court, like Anderson, says Cadbury Hardwell. Man, bro, I made the comparison. Watching this Anderson Silva fight, it's kind of like watching someone you grew up with or a family member, like, that got locked up on death row or something, right? Like, yeah, like, they deserved it because they did something and whatever the fuck they did. But if you're watching, that shit's still going to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? It's still like, damn, what are we about to watch? And, like, if you're that person, if you're Anderson Silva, might be a little emotional. That's what it made me think of. I already made that comparison, and it's like, yeah, Anderson Silva is a fighter. We know what he signed up for. He knows what he signed up for. We know what we sign up for as fans. If you become a fan of a fighter, a huge fan. And so, yeah, we know what we might see tonight. Anderson Silva might become Adesanya food. He might be passing the torch, you know, or Adesanya might be brutally snatching the torch, I like to say. But that's what That's what we signed up for. That's what he signed up for. But yeah, he got emotional at the weigh-ins, cried a little bit. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just a wild feeling. It's just like this fight is like an emotional roller coaster. Like, cause and it could, like, right now, like we're getting to the top right now of the roller coaster, and it's about to be like, phew, no, what the fuck? Or Anderson Silva could win, and we could like all fucking flash back to 10 years ago and fan out. I really do want to see this fight. Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva. Let's go, man. Heart says Silva, head says Adesanya. I'm there too. And it's like nothing against Adesanya, but it's just my heart's with Silva. No hetero. Kurt Flirt's just never mind. I guess Lando had a say-so in whoever he wants to fight. Not on that one. Lando didn't choose that opponent. I don't do my boy like that. The casual bandwagoner says, Artem Lobov fighting anyone would have been a better co-main event. Oh, for sure. Artem on this joint? 100% we could have seen Artem versus somebody. And it would have been a completely fine co-main event compared to this. 100%. Like, if you want to talk about, like, Artem versus one of Khabib's teammates, that would have fucked around and actually sold some pay-per-views, let alone been a fine co-main event. Fucking finally, let's do this. I'm paying $60 for this. Better be worth it as an MMA fan. I can't wait to see their styles clash. Mr. Deftones, I'm with you. And yeah, it's good to see you still paid for this. I know some people probably didn't, but man, this is still worth the money, I think. We already seen a great fight in Ricky Simone versus Ronnie. Yeah. Montana De La Rosa versus Nadia Kasim. She made, she looked good in there. And then we got this fight coming up. And honestly, when you compare that price to a lot of the other shit you could be spending your money on, right? You go out and buy overpriced fucking drinks, and you go out to eat, or you go out to the movies and you buy overpriced fucking popcorn and overpriced snacks. You're gonna spend $60. Or if you were in real life, like, could you imagine going to the event? If you were going to a UFC event, buying the tickets, buying the concessions, you'd be spending a lot more than $60. So really, if you have the money any given night, it's worth the money, because you're going to get to watch it in the comfort of your own home. Not to mention, if you do want to drink or eat or whatever the fuck, it can be a lot cheaper that way, where you could save. So for sure, even a card like this, and someone as broke as me will tell you, it's still worth the money, but it's, of course, if you have it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Still a lot of good fights, because the UFC has so many good fighters, including Lando Venata, This card isn't that bad. I'm enjoying it, says John Doe. Yeah, the fights aren't bad. Like, if you're here for names and drama and storylines, this is probably not the card for you. I'd be surprised if there are. And actually, there's probably going to be a decent amount of people watching this just because of Anderson Silva. Like, don't get Anderson Silva fucked up. He's still probably one of the most popular fighters in the sport. I don't know how many people are shelling out the cash. Clearly, there's going to be some. But Anderson Silva is still a draw. I don't know how much pay-per-views this man can still sell. But this man is still big, a big deal. Kurt Flair says, but it's like I said, and it's out. Lando had to say so in whoever he fights in his new contract. I haven't seen his new contract. It's out. Lando had to say so, and whoever he fights. So, what are you saying? Are you saying that Lando Venata in his contract gets to choose his fights? Like, that's not how contracts work. I know fighters do have the option, I think, of maybe one or the other. Like, if they offer you 2 fights, you get to pick one or the other, maybe. But Lando definitely doesn't have the power to just fucking, I'll tell you guys who I want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not even like Sage Northcutt, Paige Van Zandt level. As far as, like, he don't have that much pull. Like, all fighters, by default, I think can, if they get 2 options, you can turn one down and then you have to say yes to the other one. Or you're going to get offered 2 and you choose one sometimes. But I don't even think Lando's in that position. Okay, I'd have to see that. That's a little, I mean, I'm not, you might be right. But I just don't know. Unless he's got, like, Ali Abdelaziz as a manager, I don't know how he would have got that good of a contract. unless there's unless there's some details we're missing. The casual bandwagoner says, if Anderson Silva wins tonight, do you think there's a possibility he fights Gastelum for the title? Oh, that would be funny, because Gastelum, he's already, like, been on a Legends ass-kicking tour, and that would just put him in line to have to fight one more. So that would be a fun fight, but would Silva get the title shot if he wins? Man, I feel like if Whittaker would have fought Gastelum tonight, Silva could have got the title shot. But I mean, I guess they could still fight for an interim title, but I don't know, man. It's hard to envision Silva, like, going on a title run at 43 years old in the UFC. Like, if he wins this fight, he's going to have to, I think, get the title shot next, if he's ever going to get another title shot. But then he would have to fight, what, for an interim title? And then he would have to fight again. So he would have to beat 3 of the best middleweights in the world, I think, to become the champion. I don't know. I don't know what Silva does if he wins this fight. If he loses this fight, maybe retire? I don't know, man. I don't even know. It's hard to envision. He's 43 years old. I don't want drama. I want high skill fights. This wasn't. That dude, no, dude, that wasn't a high skill fight. No. But Ronnie Yaya, Ricky Smart, and when you say high skill, Lando Venata still has high skills. But yeah, no, his opponent, not even close. I have no fucking clue why they would move that to the co-main event instead of just put it on the pay-per-view and, like, literally let Jim Crute and Sam Alvey co-main event. At least Sam Alvey has a name and Jim Crute is Australian. Let Ronnie Yaya and Ricky Simone co-main event. At least they have some sort of UFC credentials, and if Ricky Simone manages to win, he'll have a bigger spotlight to actually, like, sell a fight. Second, my girl's calling me. Let me hit mute for a second. These guys are walking out to the fights right now, guys, so it'll just be 1 second. We'll get a simp segment in for you guys while I answer the phone. Alright, guys, I'm off the phone. Alright, we'll get off the simp segment. I like my coffee like my heart. You know what, my shirt, I'm not even going to go there. That shirt could have said something else. I like my coffee like my dick. No hetero. Black. No hetero. Well, that would be a good shirt. Yo, if a bitch rocks that shirt, I ain't even mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I see you. I can see that. I can see my mom rocking that. Yo, it's almost time for the main event. Are you motherfuckers ready? I don't think you are. We got a fucking legend walking out right now. Man, if he got emotional at the weigh-ins, how's he gonna be walking out? This motherfucker better not walk out to no sad music. You don't be crying in the fight, nigga. What's up? Better walk out to some hard shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Silva gonna have to walk out to some hard-ass music. Get him in the mood to go. You can't walk out to no slow song, nothing like that, bro. Not when you're this emotional, emotions riding high. Could you imagine if he was standing across from Israel Adesanya, like, tears running down his face, like, I'm gonna fuck him up. That's how I would be in the UFC octagon, bro. When I get hella pissed off, tears like, I'm about to fuck him up! I couldn't be no UFC fighter. Yo, we got a great fight coming up, you guys. I mean, potential great fight. I don't know how it's going to go. Oh, here we go. What the fuck are we about to see, full-time family? And why did my sound just cut off? Let's see. My stream froze. Alright, hit refresh on that. Play. Alright, Adesanya gonna be walking out. At the same time, I want to see Israel rise to greatness, says given surname. Walk out through reggaeton, says Yoga L. He looks confident as fuck, says Cam Murphy. Shit, this might be an epic fight. My stream is fucking up right now. Why? I might have to get a new stream. Man, I fucking hope Anderson Silva has a flashback to 2009. Let's go. Anderson Silva serving everybody a nice cold dish of member berries tonight if he can get the win. Cadbury Hardware says, come on, full-time, tell us who the fuck are these guys? Israel Adesanya. Who the fuck is Israel Adesanya? The last style bender, undefeated, 15-0, fighting in middleweight from Nigeria, coming through, one of the best strikers in the UFC. Great kickboxing background before coming to the UFC, but also an amazing defensive wrestler. He's got great defensive wrestling. For anyone thinks they can just take him down as some striker, no sir, Bob. This man will come in here, he will kick you in the fucking face, he will dance on you in the process, hit you with some spinning shit, some ninja shit. He ain't never been fucking around. We got the last style bender, Israel Adesanya, taking on, of course, the legend, the Spider, Anderson Silva, former UFC middleweight champion. Light heavyweight? Did he fight light heavyweight? He wasn't the champ. But Anderson Silva, definitely a legend of the sport, former champion. I mean, his resume, I think he's the Michael Jordan of the sport. He's 34-8, and most of those losses came at the end of his career. But when he was on his run, it was probably the most iconic run, in my opinion, in MMA history. What he was doing, video game style, getting out of the way, hitting you, you know, the counter-striking of Anderson Silva and the way he was able to execute some of his knockouts and some of the moments he's had, it just puts together for one of the most entertaining and skillful fighters that we've ever seen. And with that being said, this is a great matchup. I mean, he doesn't have, I would say, the defensive wrestling of one Israel Adesanya, but he's not going to need it in this matchup. He is 43 years old, but he still would whoop your ass at a bar. So, I mean, you can't count him out because he can still knock a motherfucker out, especially, you know, someone, if you get, we've seen plenty of times if a fighter gets overzealous, if a fighter smells blood, thinks they have you on the ropes, leaves themselves open because they're going all out, gets fucking clipped, goes down, shocks the world. We've seen it. We've seen it over and over in this sport. MMA is probably the most unpredictable sport in the world. Okay. I can't say that because I'm pretty goddamn good at predicting some of this shit. But still, you get the point, man. This is going to be a great fight. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm rolling with Adesanya, but that's with my head. My heart says the Spider Silva. We got the main event coming up, man. These guys are about to be fighting. Let's fucking go. I need a new stream because mine's lagging. Hopefully it's fixed now. All right, chat. Any of my mods got a stream? Hopefully Israel doesn't show too much respect, says given surname. This link, man. That's where I'm at. I need a link too, bro. Oh, shit. Bruce Buffer's talking. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Who's got the link in the stream? All right, there's a link. I needed that. All right. Link to the stream. We're hitting play. Fuck. The fight clock's going to be fucked up. But that's all good. I don't know how I'm going to fucking put the fight clock on now. I'll just tell you where the fight... I can't take my eyes off of this, so I'm not going to be able to... I don't have time to set the fight clock for you guys. Since I got to go to a new stream, I can't take my eyes off of this fight for even the 30 seconds it would take to find the new location of the fight clock. It's time. Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva. It's about to go down. Herb Dean. Touch gloves and let's fucking do it. Let's go. My eyes are off the chat. I don't want no spoilers in the chat. I don't even gonna see them. I ain't loading up the chat until the fight's motherfucking over. Oh, shit, the live stats say Adesanya scored the first strike. I can't even see the fight. They're still backing up right now. Oh, shit. We got Israel Adesanya. He's got his hands on the cage. He's crouched. He's on the hand. Oh, ready. Let's go. Adesanya's at the center of the octagon. Coming forward. What the fuck? Adesanya versus Silva. It's happening right now. Anderson Silva southpaw in yellow in the center of the octagon right now. Adesanya looking for the inside kick. Nice outside kick from Adesanya. Connects. Moving real slow. Nice and fluid Adesanya is. He's looking loose in here. He's looking patient. You gotta be. This could be a chess match. Ooh, outside leg kick from Adesanya. Adesanya's looking. This moment's not too big for Adesanya. He's looking real comfortable. Center of the octagon, switching stances, pressing forward, slowly but surely, trying to cut off the octagon. We're watching a chess match right now. Anderson Silva just out the way of an inside leg kick. A little fake over there, hand feint. Adesanya's center of the octagon just misses on a kick. Anderson Silva being able to be patient. Oh, Anderson Silva, here he goes. Israel Adesanya goes to close the distance. Anderson Silva starts to get a little active, like he's ready to counter. And Adesanya tries to throw a high knee. Anderson Silva got ready. He was in that spider mode. Spider senses were fucking tingling. You better be careful, boy. Don't go. Oh, high kick from Adesanya smacks Anderson Silva a little bit in the cheek. A hook kick. Nice jab from Adesanya. Looks like he's got some reach in here, man. Nice kick to the body from Adesanya. A little front kick. Israel Adesanya. Anderson Silva's actually in the center of the octagon right now. He's standing there, but, you know, he's a little hesitant. He ain't going to be the one to come forward. And that's never been a style. I don't know why he would do it tonight. You got to land that perfect counter strike, I think, here. What if he does it? What if he turns back the hands of time? What if he fucking... Yeah! Oh! That would be crazy. Israel Adesanya controlling the distance right now. Tries to land a little back fucking... I don't even know. Little spinning back fist pretty much. Oh, nice knee from Adesanya and a straight left hand. That looks like it hit Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva got a little aggressive. But Adesanya just landed a big right hand. Anderson Silva shakes it off, but Adesanya now lands a knee. Now he's trying to throw legs up there. He's starting to get comfortable. He landed a couple shots now. Oh, shit. Israel Adesanya another punch lands there. Anderson Silva. He's still Anderson Silva. He's still got some of the same mannerisms. But that ain't Anderson Silva. You know what I'm saying? Like the fighter. The prime. He's still trying to come forward there. Adesanya way out the way. He's faking there. Nice shot. Oh, Anderson Silva actually lands a good punch there. That's nice to see. One of those can... Oh, timeout. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Herb Dean checking both fighters have their mouthpieces. They both do. Nice little kick from Silva. Lands under the elbow. Adesanya connected. Oh, Anderson Silva right out of the way. Big left hand from Adesanya. Nice left jab cracked Anderson Silva there. Ooh, 1-2 from Adesanya. Now Anderson drops his hands. This is typical Silva. Drops his hands like, oh, okay, you want to touch me? Here's my hands down. Don't keep your hands down. Adesanya drops his hands like, okay, let's do it. Like, touche, motherfucker. Mutual respect in there. Like, let's do it. Israel Adesanya still not playing into Silva's game, not getting over aggressive. Lands a nice outside leg kick. Adesanya pressing forward. Dominic Cruz says he's looking for a hook kick, trying to set it up. As he presses forward, switches stances there. Throws a nice jab. Silva out of the way of a high kick. Israel Adesanya said just barely. Adesanya got out of that motherfucker like the Matrix. Nice little straight punch lands from Adesanya. I mean, Silva dodged it like the Matrix. Whew. Oh, shit. Anderson Silva with a little bit of flash. Misses everything, but it could have been nice. A spinning heel kick. Adesanya lands a punch. Oh, switch stances and a nice punch from Adesanya. Uh-oh. I put it on contract. We got a super chat donation. The end of the first round. We made it to the end of the first round. That was a troll earlier. All right, I got to find the chat. I lost the chat whenever I had to find the new fight. $9.99 in the super chat from Jorge1, the only MMA channel that matters, the best MMA channel on YouTube. Yo, thank you very much for the $9.99 in the super chat, Jorge1. That is much appreciated, good sir. Cam Murphy says Silva's ass looks fat too. No hetero. I was thinking similar. GS says Stamina MC. Stamina said we'll take your word for it. Yo, lit. I am on the end of my seat, says Remove Lizard. I am too, dude. Thomas Blackburn says missed most of the round, but I've got it now. Mr. Deftone says this is the shit. That one round was worth $60. Holy shit, Anderson still got it. You can't rush him still. You gotta be careful. Yo, you see he put his hands down like, okay, let's go. Let's go. All right, round 2 is about to start, man. Let's fucking go. All right. 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Round just started. Second round. This is a 3-round fight. Keep in mind, Anderson Silva definitely don't fight 5-round fights on short notice, or he would have fought Daniel Cormier for the title at UFC 200. Stepped up on short notice, and they turned that into a 3-round fight, if you recall. That was a few years ago, so imagine 43. Oh, big right hand from Silva over the top as Adesanya tries to step in. Tried to get out the way, but it touched him. It didn't rock him, but it touched him, and that's all I need to see. I'm sure he can knock him out, but it's going to probably take more than just a right hand. Oh, that would be so fucking wild. Anytime Anderson Silva lands a strike, it gives me hope. Like, oh, he just needs to land one. Good kick to the body from Silva. What you know about this Anderson Silva putting up a competitive fight? He said, y'all got me fucked up. Think I'm just getting fed to some young lion. And watch me say that, and 10 seconds later, poof, down goes Silva. A little oblique kick from Adesanya. Nice body kick from Adesanya. Adesanya is like John Jones plus Anderson Silva. And I'm not saying, like, as far as GOAT status. But I'm talking about who he reminds you of. Fucking Anderson Silva's just shaking shots, kind of taunting him, just, like, letting him touch his face. Like, I love eating those. Adesanya touched him a couple times, and Silva, like, getting to play with him, just shaking his head, like, okay, yeah, I'll eat those. That's Silva. That's Silva. Can't even be mad. Nice outside leg kick from Adesanya before he switches stances. Anderson. Oh, coming forward a little bit. Tries to land a spinning attack to the body. Okay, I see you, Anderson Silva. Coming forward. Nice shot from Adesanya, but I gotta say fucking respect to Anderson Silva for not fighting like a bitch. Then he just landed a fucking good right hand there. He could have came in here trying to conserve energy and not fucking being aggressive, not coming forward. Fought a karate style. But no, he don't give a fuck. And he just touched Adesanya twice, 3 times, and he just touched him twice. And he's like, oh my god, he's got him in the fucking clinch, and he landed like fucking 7 shots in a row. Anderson Silva did that. Oh, he's putting his hands up now trying to block some shit. Adesanya with the nice inside leg kick, a strong one. Anderson Silva's getting fucking comfortable and touching the young man up. What? What? He ain't fighting like a motherfucking little bitch. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could just be sitting on his back foot waiting for the perfect counter. Oh, you come in, I'm going to counter you. Make it a boring-ass chest fight. But he's not. And he's getting rewarded for it by landing some good shots. That's a real strong outside leg kick from Adesanya that lands. But Anderson Silva is in it to fucking win it. Oh, he's coming forward and he just lands a right hand. He's getting comfortable. He's landing another right hand. What? He's starting to dance and get comfortable. He's putting his hands up. Adesanya feeds him a little left. Like, all right, don't get too flashy. Holy shit. He's got Adesanya's back to the fence right now. Israel up against the fence. They are in a clinch. Adesanya's going to be a little stronger in this clinch. Good defense in the clinch from Silva. You don't want to get kneed in that clinch. He breaks out of that clinch. What the fuck? I can't even believe Silva is just even fucking doing, like, I can't believe that combination. Like, he just fucking, it just landed. He just missed on a big right hook. Oh my God. Oh, nice shot from Adesanya, but Anderson Silva returns a fucking left hook. Oh, 57 seconds left in the second round. They're in the center of the octagon. Trading, finding each other's reach. Not trading shots, but just putting their hands out there, trying to measure the distance. Crowd is fucking on their feet. They're cheering. Yo, this fight is fucking epic. Anderson Silva coming in, trying to get aggressive again. Coming forward. He's ready to go. He's talking some shit. Let's go! He's turning Adesanya into the motherfucking counter striker. He fucking just made Adesanya flinch for a second. Like, let's go against the fence and landed some shit. Anderson Silva's looking like the better fucking fighter in the second round. He's out-striking Israel Adesanya. What? I think Anderson Silva won the second round. Round 2's over. I think Silva just fucking won the second round. It wasn't super close. Okay, it was close. Adesanya landed some good shit, but no. I got Silva winning the second round. Holy fuck. Landing some good shots. There's probably casual fans watching this right now that have no fucking clue Anderson Silva's 43 years old. Unless they watched the tell of the tape. But if they were getting a drink, they got no clue. One of the things that let me know I had to get on this motherfucker extra early, I seen Uncle Star. He's doing some UFC 234 commentary. I said, oh, the old niggas are coming out for Anderson Silva tonight. I know I ain't missing the Silva fight, but damn, I ain't never seen Star in the morning on some UFC commentary. What's up, my dude? Yo, fans are on their feet in the crowd. They're standing up. A lot of fans on their feet. Round 3, the final round. UFC 234 is going down right now. Back to the center of the octagon. I'm glad this is a 3-round fight. I wouldn't feel as good for Anderson Silva if it was a 5-round fight. But literally, if he wins this round, he can win this fight. Silva! Silva! Silva got poked in the eye a little bit there. He let the ref know, like, yo, I just got poked. Adesanya was like, yo, like, my gloves, my bad. But then we can't see no fucking eye pokes. We can't muddy up this fight. Anderson Silva's fucking around. He got kicked in the leg, like, oh, he's doing it. This is what made me love the fucking sport. This is what made me love the sport. This exact person, nigga. He catches Adesanya's foot, makes him stumble backwards. He tries to land and jump me. If it would have landed, I would have fucking clipped. I'm done. I don't need to see no more. Holy shit. What? Oh, nice high kick slap Silva in the face from Adesanya. Holy shit. Adesanya's back is against the post right now. He's got to be careful here. I mean, Anderson Silva. And that eye poke really looks like it affected Anderson Silva's eye. It, like, hurt his eye. And that might have been a punch, too. I don't think it was all the eye poke. He has ate some left hands. He's telling him, come on. Anderson Silva said, come on. Come on. I'm the motherfucking legend. Show me some respect and fight me, young nigga. What are you doing? I've been fighting you all fucking fight. Fuck out of here, man. Silva been aggressive. Come forward, nigga. Come get this L. Come over here and fight me, nigga. What are you doing? Adesanya, bring your ass over here. I'm speaking for Silva. Nigga, I'm the legend. Do you want to scrap or do you want, what the fuck? Man, fuck that. I ain't happy with that, Adesanya. What are you doing? What? He backed up. He ain't playing the game. I mean, respect, whatever, but this nigga is a legend. 43-year-old, you're supposed to whoop his ass, and bro, he's got you. He's saying, come here. I got one off. Man, boy. Man, fuck that. Anderson Silva's winning the round in my books. Outside leg kick for Adesanya. He said, come over here. He wanted all of the smoke. Anderson Silva wanted every single vapor. Silva with the crowd. Silva. Fuck you talking about? Outside leg kick from Adesanya. Silva starting to jump around like, all right, I'm going to have to bring the fucking fight to you, clearly. Man, he turned Israel Adesanya into Wonder Boy for a second. He didn't want that. Man, I hope the bell rings. Give the fight to Silva. The fight is Silva's right now. Adesanya better do something fucking spectacular. He better do something spectacular to win this fight. Because I got motherfucking Silva up on the scorecards right now. Nice shot from Silva with 1:37 seconds to go. Still having to be the fucking aggressor. Why? Why does 43-year-old Anderson Silva have to fucking come forward in this fight? Against Nick Diaz, okay. Legend versus legend. He will win what the fuck ever. But why in this fight? Man, you should be more than motivated to come forward and show what you can do against Anderson Silva, my dude. Fuck that. I got Anderson Silva up on the scorecards. Turning the clock back. Fuck you talking about? Adesanya better get a knockout, bro. You got a minute left, 59 seconds, and you need a knockout in full times cards. On my motherfucking, I'm scoring the fight right now. You need a knockout, my guy. Nice left hand, but that ain't a knockout. I'm letting you eat. I'm fucking eating them. He's putting his chin out there saying, my guy, I'm eating them. He's doing this. He got punched and did this. What are you talking about? This is Silva's fucking fight. He just hit your ass again. Oh my God, he just fucking cracked out of sight. You made him fall for a second. Boom. You can't have that when you're losing on full-time scorecards. Let's motherfucking go. Anderson Silva is still in the motherfucking center of the octagon because he has to be. Why does he have to be the aggressor? That baffles me. That is fucking wild. Nice little spinning show kick, Bo. But Anderson Silva just returned with one and it almost took your fucking head off. His almost decapitated you. Yours looked like more of a fucking cartwheel in the octagon. Anderson Silva's trying to take your fucking head off. 10 seconds motherfucking left. Let's go. Judges scorecards. I think Silva won the fucking fight. What? Man, fuck that. Man, judges, man, fuck that. That's Silva's fight. I think they're going to rob Anderson Silva, y'all. I think they're going to rob Anderson Silva, y'all. I think they're going to rob my motherfucking dude. Anderson Silva just said, I'm passing the torch to you. Man, fuck out of here. You know they're about to give Adesanya the fucking win. Fuck. Anderson Silva just said, I passed the torch to you. I heard him, man. This is fucking Silva tonight, man. I know they ain't gonna give him the fucking win. God damn it. I think he fucking won, you guys. Let me get us judges' scorecard. I ain't even heard the fucking decision yet, and I know he's about to get fucking robbed. Pass the torch. Boy! He handed you the torch. You couldn't take the torch. I'm a fan of Adesanya, but you didn't have what you needed tonight. Ooh, what the fuck? Man, that was an amazing fight. Especially for, I mean, it was an amazing fight. It was a great performance from Adesanya too. You're in there with the legend. I get it, but bro, Anderson Silva almost just pulled your fucking card. What? I think Silva won that fight, you guys. What do you guys think in the chat? Am I tripping? Let me know, am I tripping? Am I just biased for Anderson Silva? I don't think so. I think I was being unbiased and objective. We're going to the judges' scorecard. Silva said he passed the torch. He knows how it's going, man. He's ready to retire. 30-27! What Woosah. Man, it is what it is, man. Hell of a moment. Big win for Adesanya. Big win moment for the sport. He passed the torch. It is what it is. I had to mark out for Anderson Silva for a second. My bad. What a fucking performance, man! I don't know what the fuck they were watching, though. Bruh. Anderson Silva came forward in the fight, challenged Adesanya, said, bro, are you going to come forward and fight me or no? Kind of like Nick Diaz did to him. That's crazy. Wow. Adesanya said, I showed up to work. A lot of people didn't. Who knows? It's out of their hands. Like, come on, bro. He said, player one has the controller. I showed up. He's got to talk his shit. That's his. Anderson Silva, man, is a fucking legend, and he just came in here and beat one of the best strikers in the world. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. In Full Time's book, Anderson Silva won that shit. Let me pull up the chat. Adesanya says, Kelvin, shut your fucking mouth. What you gonna do when I run wild on you? He felt the cringe. He was like, nah, I love you guys. I'm out of here. He tried to go with the cringy promo, but he couldn't commit. Anderson Silva, one of the greatest of all time. And getting on the mic, I would not be surprised. He's probably going to retire. Main event of a pay-per-view. He's not going to get a bigger fight than this, a better passing of the torch moment. 100% he's about to retire. Listen, I'm very happy, guys. So I got to say thank you, God. One more chance. Yeah, I think we're getting Anderson Silva's retirement speech. This game is tough, he said. Yeah, this is my heart. This is my life. I continue to fight because this is my heart. Thank you. He said, thank you. Yo, I'm about to shut this shit off. I can fuck around and get emotional if watching Anderson Silva's last fight, retirement speech. You know how Anderson Silva got emotional? Like, I'm cutting this shit off. I'm pulling up the chat because I'll fuck around. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a hell of a moment we're watching right now. Anderson Silva's fucking retiring. It's like watching Michael Jordan. Or a lot of people don't relate to that if you're a little younger. It's hard to explain, like, but this is actually fucking crazy. This is that roller coaster of, like, emotions we went through with the fight, and this is the end. Like, this is the climax. Like, Silva's retirement speech. What a career he had, man. We're going to have a day where we, like, go through it just, like, I'm sure everyone here has, but if you haven't just seen all of just his highlights, he's probably got the best highlight reel and probably always will have for the eternity of MMA. If you're talking about the performances, highlight reel performances, it don't get better than Anderson Silva. So, fucking, I mean, yeah, we could have kind of seen this coming, you know, but even when you expect it, you know, it don't make it, like, better. Israel won by decision, says given sure name Stylebender. Who officially won, says doesn't matter. Israel Adesanya won. One of the judges gave Adesanya a 30-27. I had a 2 rounds to 1 for Silva on my scorecards. Maybe I'm a little biased, though. He didn't say he retired. Did he say it before the fight? I mean, if he didn't say he retired in the octagon, but I don't think he's going to fight again. I mean, that felt pretty much like a retirement speech. He'll probably say it, honestly, in the post-fight. I know, I bet you it'll come. If he didn't officially say it right there in that speech, he pretty much was. Like, he said, this was my one. He said, like, one more time, something. But I think he'll probably officially announce it in the post-fight press conference. You know, after each pay-per-view, they have the post-fight press conference. I'm sure by tomorrow morning, we will have heard that Anderson Silva has retired. I don't. He's 43 years old, just main evented a pay-per-view, passed the torch. I don't see a better time to retire. What are you going to, He's not coming back for the title. I think he never said he's retiring. No, that'll probably come over the next 24 hours. I'm pretty confident in saying I think that'll be Anderson Silva's last fight. Unless they open up some sort of like fucking Legends League. I mean, he looked good in there. I don't even think he needs to retire. He literally just looked great in that fight. I think Anderson Silva could fight fucking 5 more fights, personally. But I don't know if he's going to. If he needs the money, he might, but I don't think he said he's going to keep fighting, says giving sure name. What the fuck? Well, it started off sounding like a retirement speech, and I still wouldn't be surprised if he changed his mind, man. I don't see... In the UFC, like, he's not going to... I don't see him going on a title run unless there's just, like, some legend he wants to fight. Like, some grudge match. Like, I could see, like... But Bisping's retired. I would like to see, like, Bisping... maybe a Nick Diaz? Like, it's going to have to be something like that, man. A Nick Diaz, Bisping coming out of retirement. Something like that. He's not going to be fighting... to get to the title, in my opinion. So, I mean, okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. But I just think that would have been in fucking epic way. I mean, of course, you might want to go out on a win, but I think that was a great fight. A huge performance. Main event of a pay-per-view. I think that would have been I definitely expected to see it. Silva in Bellator, says Almighty Khan. Silva won. What the fuck, says Kai Godson? No, Silva did not win. I think he won. In my opinion, on my scorecards, I thought he won the second and the third fucking round. I mean, but one of the judges had it 30-27 for Adesanya. And even before the judges, like, Anderson Silva's been a part of this game long enough. He knew, I think, in my opinion, he probably knew he didn't have a great chance of winning this fight on the judges' scorecards. I would imagine, And he said, I'm passing the torch. He said, you take this. Now it's on you. He said that to Adesanya before the judge scorecards kind of came in. I'm sure he had an idea. Like, I'm 43. I'm not about to go on, like, and especially with the way that this fight played out with Whittaker and Gastelum, the winner of this fight isn't clear-cut to get the title shot. If Whittaker would have been fighting Gastelum next and one of them lost, like, let's say Gastelum lost, Adesanya would have been fighting for the title next. Now, that's not necessarily the case. Now we could be seeing an interim title fight. We could be seeing Gastelum versus Adesanya for an interim title fight, which would be fucking crazy. I'd love to see that fight. But for Anderson Silva, man, that fight, I did not expect to see him. I can't believe the fucking judge gave all 3 rounds to Adesanya, man. Even if you want to say 2-1. Like, the second round was Anderson Silva's. Maybe I was watching it way too biased. Maybe I have to go back and watch it, like, from Adesanya, like, all the ways perspective. But I felt like he stole a round. Remove Lizard says maybe Silva would be better off in Bellator. That'd be a great place for him. I think if the UFC made a Legends League, it would be fucking epic. Like, 40 and up. The Liddells, the Titos, the Anderson Silvas. You ain't got to fucking have Adesanya versus Silva, like, you can. Bisping would probably still be fighting. Like, that'd be crazy. Because once Yoel turns 40, motherfuckers would be like, he ain't 40, fuck that. That would be crazy. John Doe says, the second round is close, so it could be argued. 30-27 is an absolute joke, says MMA Addict. I 100% agree. I don't give a fuck who you give the decision to. I get it. It's probably best if Adesanya wins the fight. But 30-27 can literally eat my fucking dick with a steak knife. Ouch. Thomas Blackburn says, yeah, it was 29-28. Yeah, one of the judges had it 30-27. I think that motherfucker is crazy. It should have been 29-20. I didn't even hear the rest of it. Once I heard 30-27, I kind of lost my shit. But listen, Marco Crow Cop is going very well, says Kurt the Flirt. Yeah, great to fight night of fights, and he ain't 40, says Mr. Perfect 2005. Anderson Silva's 43. That's what Vitor said. Try Legends League. Yeah, and I love that idea. Leon Dobson says Silva may have won round 2, but no way did he outright win the fight. If you give him round 2 and you go, man, no. I think he won the fight, bro. I mean, maybe, okay, I am a little biased, but the round 3 was the round where Anderson Silva was like, come at me, bro. I felt like it wasn't disrespectful because it was, like, it's dangerous. You got to be careful. You can't just play someone else's game. I get that, like, if you're fighting in a title fight, right? But when you're the young fucking hungry lion, the stud trying to take the torch from Anderson Silva, you've already fought 2 rounds, and one of his eyes is, almost closed because you hit him, or whatever. I don't know if it was from the poke. I'm sure it was probably from the hits. He did get hit a few times. But either way, this is a legend in front of you. You're in the final round. He's calling you forward. That's what made me such a fan of Max Holloway. Adesanya doesn't have that in his bones. That Max Holloway gene, that let's fucking throw down right here in the center of the octagon. That was what Anderson Silva wanted to do right there. Max Holloway had a fucking 8-fight winning streak he was risking when he was fighting Ricardo Lamas. He was up 2 rounds. It wasn't even close. This one could have been 1-1. Max Holloway was up 2 rounds and still was willing to throw down in the middle of the fucking octagon with homeboy in that fight. Risked it all and threw down in the center of the octagon. Anderson Silva is 43 years old, one eye almost closed, telling you, come on, come the fuck over here. Let's throw down. He wants to get in a firefight with you. Like, that would have, you know how entertaining that would have been for us? If Adesanya would have engaged, if he would have said, all right, let's fucking go. Bop, bop, bop. What? Silva was willing to go out on his shield right there and you didn't oblige? May the best man fucking win? Bro, you lose a point for that. And I know they ain't gonna take a point, but what? All things considered, I ain't too impressed with that part. Adesanya, awesome. Sure, you got a bright future. You're going to be fighting, you know what I'm saying, undefeated, awesome. But I wasn't excited about that part. Why would he risk it, says Charismatic? Why would Max Holloway risk it? I guess, why would anybody put on an entertaining fight when they could just coast to a decision? Why would anybody entertain, why don't fighters just starting to try and coast to wins? I mean, fuck it, why risk it? If you're up 2 rounds, you might as well coast. Because this is a fucking fight. And this is a legend. And you're in the main event of a fucking pay-per-view. The opportunity of a lifetime. He's got one eye closed, 43 years old, and he's telling you, let's fucking go. What the fuck? Maybe Anderson Silva's shots were hurting him a little, you know? Man, I don't want to try and trade with those. Maybe Silva had a little, maybe he was respecting Silva's power. Man. A point fighter and a showboater, says Given Sure Name. Okay, maybe there's something to that. Yeah, he's willing to dance in there and shit, but he sure don't want to fucking throw down. I'm a fan of Adesanya, but when I'm watching him fight one of my favorite fucking fighters of all time, and you don't want no fucking smoke in the 3rd round, man, I'm not impressed. I'm impressed with his overall performance, but I wasn't impressed with that moment in the fight. Adesanya's an amazing fighter. But right there, that wasn't my favorite part. Title shot on the line, like, you could make a statement here. If you would have, with these new circumstances, you're trying to get an interim title shot or get a title shot. Maybe you can pass Whittaker. Who knows? I mean, not Whittaker. Maybe you can pass Gastelum. Only reason Gastelum's getting a title shot is because there was really nobody else. He beat Jacare by split decision. He didn't fucking steal the show. So if you could have stole the show tonight, you could have knocked out Anderson Silva in the main event of a pay-per-view, and hey, who's next for the title? Now it's a conversation. But I guess we'll just coast to a decision. What if Conor McGregor just wanted to coast to I don't know. Izzy didn't want smoke with Anderson Silva in the 3rd round. It is what it is. I agree, Kai God's son. He didn't want smoke right there. Anderson Silva wanted all the smoke, and Izzy didn't oblige. James Irvin says Adesanya ain't ready for Whittaker, in my opinion. I mean, he might be able to win a decision. I mean, he can knock guys out. We ain't gonna play him like that. Sizzle no noob says, come on, you can't knock out your father. He just showed some respect. Wouldn't it be crazy, like, if it came out he was Anderson Silva's son? Oh, that'd be wild. If Kelvin Gastelum take out Israel, how does Rockhold feel? Says Liquid BJJ. Kelvin will pick him up, dunk his ass if he acts the way he did tonight. Yeah, Kelvin's actually got some good wrestling. Adesanya's got great takedown defense, though. But yeah, no, he does have some. Talk about Gastelum taking the belt for a minute, if you don't mind, just giving your name. Everything I've looked, that's not official. He's claiming he's the champion, but he might literally just be holding Henry Cejudo's belt. I haven't seen the UFC say that Robert Whittaker is stripped. I haven't seen anything that says Kelvin Gastelum is a champion, an interim champion. I haven't seen anything official that says Kelvin Gastelum is any form of real champion after tonight. But Henry Cejudo was there, you know, giving him motivational speeches, and he's part of Gastelum's crew. So maybe he was just joking like Colby Covington. Whenever I seen an interview and Kelvin Gastelum had a belt on his shoulder, I felt how I felt whenever I see Colby Covington on Ariel Helwani's show and he's got his belt there. Like, why the fuck? Is that a decoration? You're not the champion. What are you doing? Like, he's not a champion. It's not even close. So my guess is that's Henry Cejudo's belt and he's just playing. But I got no clue, unless you got a link or something. What do you mean, smoke? Why would he throw down when he was winning tech? Bro, what are you saying? Do you want guys to coast to wins your whole life? It's not what I watch this sport for, to see who can coast to a win, who can land one more strike in the first and second round. In my opinion, he wasn't winning the fight. Silva won the second round. What the fuck are you coasting for? It's 1-1. You need to win. What are you doing? This isn't a round to coast. It's one thing. First of all, coasting is horseshit. If you're going to win 2 rounds and coast, I'm not a fan of that anyway. I don't even think he won 2 rounds here. If you're going against Wonder Boy, I get it. But this is 43-year-old Anderson Silva. If you're going against Anderson Silva in his prime, by all means, play chess. But if you're in the 3rd round in a fucking pay-per-view, you weren't even supposed to be the main event fighting against a 43-year-old legend who's supposed to be passing you the torch, and you don't want no smoke when he's fucking putting his face out there for you to touch half of these fucking strike counts Silva gave him. Here, boom. Like, who respected whose power more in this fight? 43-year-old Anderson Silva got punched and put his face out there for a couple more. With his hands behind his fucking back. Oh, thanks. Give me a couple more. That didn't hurt. And then Adesanya, in comparison, if you want to talk about respecting power, Anderson Silva smacking his legs. Yo! Come on! My back's against the cage. Ain't you supposed to cut off the octagon? Ain't that what we're supposed to be doing? Cutting off the octagon and picking someone apart? Well, my back is to the fucking wall. Come here. And we get into a stalemate? What? 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 No! The fuck? Dingo Eros, a Silva fanboy, is mad. Man, I might be. What the fuck ever? But there's some truth to that shit. I'm not looking... What? Do you want that precedent set? If it's 1-1, try and coast into a comfortable... That don't even make sense. Wait, what? You want people to coast? Like, what are you talking about? Israel doesn't brawl. He never has. Moreover, him being a fan of Silva means he knows full well... Chill, stamina. He knows full well what attempting to brawl will result in. He fights the way he does because slugging is too risky. No, that's facts. But to be fair, everyone can't be Max Holloway. I get it. Everyone's not going to risk it for the biscuit. Some people are going to fight safe. But is that your ideal of like just think about it from an entertainment fucking standpoint. Do you know how much better that pay-per-view would have been right there if we got to see that exchange? You're acting like Anderson Silva was guaranteed to win. You're acting like Anderson Silva was 29 years old in his prime. To your point, Stamina, I do know what brawling with Anderson Silva will get you in his prime. I have no fucking clue what's going to happen when he's 43 years old with one eye shut. But I do know it's 1-1 on my scorecards. We ain't got time to be coasting. And I do know, before that point, Anderson Silva aggressed. He came forward in that fight a lot more than you would have expected. You expected Adesanya to kind of walk this guy down, and even if he's not going to walk him down in brawl, he's going to be a little more aggressive with the strikes, at least even with inside-outside leg kicks. He was being really cautious, and you have to respect Anderson Silva, the legend, but there's a difference here, I feel like, because Adesanya is supposed to be one of the best strikers in the world. He's supposed to be up-and-coming Anderson Silva. I don't think Anderson Silva in his prime, I don't think that would have been the same case. I mean, it's hard to make that argument because you can't, it's such a hyperbole, but Anderson Silva, like, if you're talking about Woodley versus Wonderboy, I completely understand that fear. I completely understand why Wonderboy is hesitant to come forward into Woodley, right? Like, damn, man. That's the current champion. Power. Knock you the fuck out. And so, super hesitant. Doesn't make for a great fight. But in the rematch, I said the same thing about Wonderboy. We got to be aggressive. Like, you don't have much to lose here in this sense. Now, Adesanya had something to lose, so it's a little different in that case. But in the rematch with Wonderboy, I expected him to be more aggressive. Whenever, this is how if you want to compare, you can kind of compare Wonderboy and Adesanya, or you can really kind of compare Wonderboy and Silva, because they're more counter-strikers. So, for Anderson Silva to be more of a counter-striker, you would expect him to be on his back foot throughout the fight. For Israel Adesanya, you know, he's really known for his striking background. I kind of expected precision striking, you know, like damage to be done. Because you got to keep in mind, it's not a prime. This is 43-year-old Anderson Silva, the same Anderson Silva that fought Derek Brunson, the same Anderson Silva that fought Michael Bisping. I'm not talking about the fucking Anderson Silva that, you know, knocked out Forrest Griffin or Vitor Belfort, or I'm not talking about that Anderson Silva. This is 43-year-old Anderson Silva in round 3. And so I get your argument. Yeah, you can't rush prime Anderson Silva. You can't rush Wonderboy either. But I would think you would be a little more aggressive if it was 43-year-old Wonderboy, right? If Tyron Woodley was fighting 43-year-old Wonderboy, I kind of think he wouldn't have had the same strategy. And whatever, I am an Anderson Silva fan. I'm not a stan. I am a big fan. But I don't have nothing against Israel Adesanya. I'm a fan of him. I don't know. I expected more of a dominant performance. I literally could have seen 2 rounds to 1 for Anderson Silva. And maybe you can just say credit to Anderson Silva. Well, I think that's if you didn't watch the Brunson and the Bisping fight. I mean, this Silva is not prime Silva. This is like Michael Jordan beating Kevin Durant in a game of 1-on-1. And you're like, yeah, but it's Michael Jordan. And I'm like, yeah, but he's fucking 50. Kevin Durant should beat Michael Jordan when he's 50. I'm not saying Michael Jordan when he was playing for the Bulls, winning 6 rings. But can you beat him when he's 50? Okay, I digress. I'm not going to fucking harp too much on that, man. Props to Anderson Silva. Props to Israel Adesanya. Great performance from Anderson Silva. Fine performance from Adesanya. He did what he had to do. He got the win, man. But that's just my take on the fight. You have to be in that kind of fight before full-time MMA to understand the actions. Yeah, 100%. Like, obviously. Given Surname says, has he ever had a takedown? Adesanya? I don't know. He's got great defensive wrestling, but he's not really much of a grappler. You know, he's not going to come in for a takedown. I don't know if he's going to choke anybody out. That'll be interesting if Israel Adesanya does, you know, really round out his game. Not really, brother, full time. 34-43, not a very lapping difference. I mean, it's not. Are you talking about Tyron Woodley or Adesanya? Adesanya's not 34 years old, is he? If so, that would be old as fuck. I didn't think he was 34 years old. Like, I think Adesanya, I'm thinking like 28, 29. How old is Israel Adesanya? But I don't think he's 34. That would be old as fuck. I know he has a lot of kickboxing fights, but he's not no 34. Does it have age? He was born in 89. He's 29 years old. He's about 30. I mean, yeah, 29, 30, though. Man, that ain't 10 years, man. 10 years. But it is, I mean, I wouldn't expect some 22-year-old to dominate because you don't got the skills. If 29 to 30 is probably your ideal prime. People are saying Bisping will beat Israel because Bisping did better. But what about Derek Brunson? And that's kind of what I'm talking. Derek Brunson, a lot of people feel like Derek Brunson beat Silva if you go back and watch the fight. Like, a lot of people feel like Silva won that fight because he was a legend and got his hand raised in that fight. But Brunson, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm fucking trying to say. Brunson and Bisping, in my opinion, it's literally where I'm coming from. Brunson and Bisping had a better performance against Anderson Silva. And so, where I'm coming from is Adesanya supposed to be the next champion. As of right now, I don't know if he's better than Bisping or Brunson. So he's still an amazing fighter, but I don't know, he's fucking the best in the world? No. You might be able to knock somebody out. I haven't seen you wrestle. I haven't seen the submissions, and I didn't see like, if this was a test, you got a B+. You didn't pass it with flying colors. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, you just have to fucking brawl with and then knock out Anderson Silva, but I expected a better performance than Brunson and Bisping. Sorry. I still fucking, I like Adesanya. It's nothing personal at all. I'm talking about my expectations coming into this fight. Israel smashed Brunson. Yeah, Israel smashed Brunson, but I'm talking about Silva versus Brunson. Israel did smash Brunson, but I wasn't talking about Israel versus Brunson. Israel Adesanya is a lot more, I mean, and even in that fight, I mean, that was a toss-up for me. I think that's a close fight. Adesanya turned it on against Brunson and made it look not close after he got hit, right? It was like he got hit, and that's when he really started feeling the fight. But Adesanya looked great against Brunson. I know Adesanya can knock guys out. He's a great striker. He can knock a lot of guys out. He sure the fuck can. You put him in there with the guy that wants to stand up with him, he'll probably, and especially if they don't have the skills of an Anderson Silva, he'll knock him out all day. If you put him in there with someone that can't strike as good as him, he'll knock him out. But you put him in there with somebody that can strike like Silva, he's going to be a little more cautious. And that's a 43-year-old Silva. So, go with a fucking, I don't know, someone that's got the skills of a, stand-up skills of a Max Holloway, but at middleweight. Or a prime Anderson Silva. Maybe even a Robert Whittaker. Like, Adesanya's great, and he could be the champion because if he gets the right fight, you know, if he fights the champion, if it's not a terrible matchup, he can knock anybody out. Adesanya can knock anybody out. So can Mike Perry. I'm not saying they're the same skill level, because Adesanya's defensive wrestling and probably technical striking are both better than Mike Perry's. But I think people are missing what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're supposed to be the best fighter in the world, the best middleweight in the world, you've got to look better against Anderson Silva than Michael Bisping or Derek Brunson. I'm not saying Israel Adesanya sucks. I'm not saying he's still a top 5 fighter. What he did against Brad Tavares, what he did against Marvin Vettori, and what he did against Derek Brunson is all impressive. But I'm talking about someone that's potentially going to be fighting for the title next. I mean, you know, it'll be like he'll be like a Cody Garbrandt type champion in the sense that I don't know if he's going to clear out the division, but yeah, he can touch the belt. He can touch the title. I don't know if he's going to fucking hold on to it forever. I don't know if he's going to be one of the greatest fighters of all time, but he can touch the gold. Silva fought DC. He fought that on short notice. Conor wants the smoke, says Stamina MC. What, does he want smoke with Israel? Oh, shit. Why is that worm holding the 185 belt? There are worms crawling on his skin. It was absolute ludicrous to even consider allowing him to compete, let alone now walk around the arena shaking our fans' hands. Someone sort this instant and sterilize that belt immediately. Oh, shit. Conor's throwing shade, and I seen somebody. Oh, I didn't even think about that, man. Oh, Conor's going to bring out the tinfoil hat. And I'm not going to do that on this channel. I'm not bringing out no tinfoil hat. But I did see before this fight, someone talked about like a potential ring rust. Or not ring rust. What the fuck? Ringworm on Kelvin Gastelum. They said it looked like staph infection. And with that being said, we've seen fighters with staph infection have to get pulled off of fights. And so that sounds like what Conor's alluding to. The pictures that we're seeing where Kelvin Gastelum had the ringworms or whatever. Like, he's saying there's worms crawling on his skin. It was ludicrous to even allow considering him to compete. So, with that being said, and from Conor's tweet right here, Kelvin Gastelum was almost not healthy enough to fight. Whittaker, and he got a hernia, right? Somebody said, how did he get a hernia in like 24 hours before the fight? I don't know. Maybe he tripped on a cord. And I'll just touch on this on a base level. Like, I'm not going to go to any crazy theories. I'm not going to speculate on anything. But I will say that Kelvin Gastelum, if he wasn't able to compete because of this, Robert Whittaker took the bullet here, you know, instead, because he's the one that got pulled out with the hernia. But to what Conor's saying, he's repointing out the ringworm that people saw on Kelvin Gastelum. And I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I didn't look too much into it. I don't really care. We've seen fighters fight with staph infection before. Who was it? Kevin Lee. He had to hide that shit, though. So, and he said he lied after the fight, right? He said, yeah, like Kevin Lee fought with staph infection for the title, and he lost the fight, but he hid it from the commission. So if the commission was aware of a staph infection, they wouldn't have let him fight. But if he was able to hide it, he still would have been able to fight. But the whole weird part about all of this is we don't even know if Kelvin Gastelum had no damn staph infection. That was just speculation from MMA fans who thought they saw ringworms. And the only reason I'm bringing it up now is because Conor was talking about those ringworms. He's saying sterilize the belt. You know, talking about Kelvin Gastelum right here. Now, let's see. See if we can find what Conor's talking about. He says, all right, Kelvin Gastelum, ringworm. I don't even know how to spell that shit. 1 day ago, Colby Covington rips Kelvin Gastelum for questionable skin issues. So Colby and Conor are clowning his skin right now. What's that freak on your cheek? Kelvin, take a shower, you filthy. What? Freak on your cheek. Oh, what are they? I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't think it's no. It's by his mouth. I don't think that would allow someone to not be able to fight. Something on the back of his head, like. I don't think that has anything to do with some like staph infection right there, though. Of course, zero proof that either of the things are anything of concern, but it's not keeping friends from waiting in their teeth and holding their breath, hoping and praying he'll be cleared to fight for the title. So these right here did have people wondering if Kelvin Gastelum was going to be cleared to fight. But Kelvin Gastelum's not the one that was injured and pulled out of the fight. It was Whittaker. So people were wondering, you know, like, oh shit, does Kelvin Gastelum have some sort of infection? And like I said, you think about Kevin Lee when he fought at UFC 216. He had a staph infection. He said, I tried my best to hide it. It was a big event. A lot had been happening with the UFC at the last couple of events. I wasn't going to let nobody down. I worked my whole life for this. It was like a culmination of things, but I'm really not going to let this stop me. I'm going to be a world champion. Might not happen to me when I'm 25. So, yeah, I would need to know, like, staph infection, side effects, and shit. Like, I don't know if that's what that is or what it is, but it did have people worried that Gastelum actually would not make it to the fight, and instead it was his opponent who didn't make it. Jay Skill says, I believe the UFC hernia, knew about the hernia, only spoke of it hours before the fight so they could sell more pay-per-views. I mean, I wouldn't put that past them. Because, I mean, yeah, it's a fair question. Like, nobody knew about a hernia. Like, he just got that joint 24 hours before the fight. So, I mean, and I want to be getting off here soon. But honestly, like, so Whittaker got a 24-hour hernia and Gastelum had some things going on. Like, goddamn, we got some unhealthy champions. Fucking Tyron Woodley's breaking his arm every damn fight, or for his hand, or labrum. I don't know. Stan MC said pay-per-views are easier to refund than event tickets. A delay tactic isn't worth the effort. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do think that promotions do that. I mean, not to get into any no theories or business tactics. I do think that sometimes, like, you know, because it happens how often in the UFC? How many fucking times is it right before the fight something happens? Like, does that happen in boxing? I don't ever see any headlines like, even Bellator. How often does a fight get canceled right before? It really happens a lot more in the UFC, I feel like. But the delay tactic you say, Stamina, I have no fucking clue if that happened here, because this whole event got fucked up. I feel like you have no more title fights. So yeah, I don't think that happened here, but I do think that is a tactic, a delay tactic. I don't know if it's, you know, for pay-per-view sales or if it's for event tickets, but there could be something, you know what I'm saying, a business strategy behind that. Number one, Matt Man says he shouldn't be walking around with the belt like he actually won it. Yeah, I really think that's Henry Cejudo's belt. I don't think that's Whittaker's. I think Henry Cejudo let him borrow his belt 100%. If you watch the embeddeds, he was there with Cejudo. I think he's just wearing Henry Cejudo's belt. And what the fuck? I just realized Colby Covington's talking shit. Okay, good thing he wasn't talking shit about the belt. Like, bro, both of your belts are just as legit as the other ones. Jonathan Wilberding says, I'm paid. Wrestle an alligator if you want to know. Stamina MC says, pay-per-views are even... Okay. Bubba G says, oh, on his face. Yeah, that looks like ringworm. Yeah, and to my knowledge, I don't know a whole... I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you every single thing about staph infection. But one of the things about Kevin Lee's staph infection that made people notice it was that he had what looked to be like ringworms, I believe, like on his chest or something like that. I think that comes with staph infection. So I don't know if people... I did see people speculating something about staph. I don't know if you can fight with ringworms. You probably can't even fight if it's just a ringworm. If it's just a ringworm, you probably can't fight because, you know, those are contagious. So, yeah. We've never had a fight canceled for ringworms. But that probably wouldn't be great PR, right? Fight canceled because of contagious ringworms. Like, that wouldn't be great PR. Yo, Ali and Chell told him to do it, says John Doe. Whittaker will win, I hope, after Kelvin's lame antics. Kelvin's the new champ, says Thingo Ebru. Post-fight pressure happening. Catch y'all on the flip full timers. All right, guys. Yeah, man, that's it for the show. You guys can tune into the post-fight press conference. I'll probably listen to that as well. Thank you guys for coming through, watching UFC 234 with your boy. Israel Adesanya defeated Anderson Silva in the main event. Lando Venata